Hey, Steven.
Hi.
Thanks for agreeing to this interview. Really
Yep.
appreciate it. So, you live in Pittsburgh
And Houston.
and Houston,
Mostly Pittsburgh, yeah.
mostly Pittsburgh and Houston. But anyway, you know any space related things about Pittsburgh?
Astrobotics is located there.
And what do they do?
And they are working on the moon lander,
The Moonlander. Yes.
competing with the intuitive machines.
Which is based here in Houston.
Yeah,
So we got this Houston Pittsburgh thing going on.
we do. And we also have CMU, which is doing a lot of space stuff.
Hmm.
I'm not sure in particular what they're working on, but I sometimes see CMU and space in the same article.
That's great. Are there a lot of space people at CMU?
I see SpaceX on T-shirts or sweatshirts regularly.
You know, I actually heard from somebody that worked at HP who graduated from Carnegie Mellon and had some classmates go to SpaceX. He says that SpaceX does some serious recruiting at CMU.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen this?
I have definitely, I've definitely seen people wear SpaceX shirts, and I think in my LinkedIn browsing, I've seen some SpaceX interns.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've talked to Blue Origin and won a recruiting.
You
thing.
talked to Blue Origin?
Yeah.
Oh wow! What was? Tell me about that. I didn't hear.
Well,
it.
they're like, they were saying how I was like, hey, y'all look interesting. My dad would love it if I applied.
Well, in that case, here you go, son.
They seemed
seems-
very receptive. Yeah, I was impressed. I didn't apply, but
Aw.
I wanted to just just check it out.
Um, but you picked up some information or an application, or how does that work?
I picked up they had several forums. It was put in my folder, but the folder's gone now. So
Oh. Oh. Oh well.
I'm working at Epic.
Epic, yeah, that's true. You're like, I got that taken care of. No need to carry the extra weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think we're actually gonna make it to the moon in 2024?
Yes.
Really? Why?
Lots more people are working on it.
A lot of, but they've been working on it a long
Smart-driven
time
people.
too.
I feel like there's more money now and more interest in it than there was before. Could just be that I'm selection, there's availability heuristic. There's more talk of it at home.
But
So,
there's definitely a lot of talking at home. You can't escape it.
yeah.
There's no escape of velocity around this topical black hole.
Yeah. That should be a shirt of yours.
I'm a space black hole. No topic escapes me, or something like that.
Yeah.
No. um. What do you think there'll be a party at CMU celebrating? I mean, in 2024, where will you be? You won't be at CMU anymore.
No, I'm gonna be at med school.
Probably be so buried in learning stuff you won't know what's going on.
Yeah. If I'm at which med school would be most conducive to space stuff?
Baylor.
Yeah. It's in Houston.
Yeah.
There's also UCLA and then.
But I mean, Baylor
UCSF.
actually has kind of like a space studies thing that they do. Because
space medicine?
because astronauts train
wow.
here in Johnson Space Center.
See, that's the
And-
sort of work I need to be doing.
Yeah. It's no longer about curing aging. It's about curing aging and astronauts living on the moon.
Yeah, well, I mean, people talk about how space could actually be a model of accelerated aging, given the increased exposure to radiation, and I think there's several other physiological properties that are
Like
similar to
the
aging.
decreasing in bone density, as an example.
Yeah.
And
I don't know to what extent the pathways are the same, because one's due to lack of gravity and the other one's due to a lot of things that we don't really understand.
do you think you would be at a party celebrating whenever they land on the moon, or?
Probably be with you
Yeah.
at a party celebrating.
Yeah, I won't be able to escape that. So, would you invite anybody to the party? There we go.
I guess it depends on where the party's located.
Mm.
If it's in Pittsburgh with all my people, or if it's like at the med school place or somewhere there, I could absolutely invite people. If it's here in Houston, I'm sure we're gonna invite a lot of people, but the people you invited would be the same people I would invite. So
I know, and they probably have like some big things at like the Johnson Space Center and Space Center Houston, and maybe some huge.
so it's doubtful I'd be
celebration.
able to invite any like new people.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think is going to be the first word they say when they land on the moon?
Houston.
Yes.
Well, unless Astrobotics wins.
Well, I mean, but they're not landing people.
Yeah.
yeah. And it doesn't have to do with where they're from. It's just that's where mission control is, and
Yeah.
that's what they say. So.
True.
So Astrobotics, DHL Moonbox, plan to send anything to the moon?
DHL Moonbox.
Yes, Astrobotics has a contract with NASA to deliver some experiments to the moon, but they have additional capacity that they could do whatever they want to with, and they've done this partnership with DHL, the delivery service, and you can actually deliver something inert to the moon on this mission. So you could like send like a little, metal plaque with engraved writing, or a little photo of yourself or of somebody else, I guess. A ring,
Why would I want to?
kind of, well, the novelty of it. I mean, it could be a way of.
You know what I think would be cool is maybe one of those little shrimp self-contained enclosures that also has some way of measuring.
Ecosphere?
Yeah, the ecosphere, and having a way to measure like the shrimp behavior and physiology and like over time.
Over time.
So you can see how this microgravity
Yeah.
environment impacts the shrimp. Because I don't think we have any sort of experiments with animals in microgravity over like extended periods of time.
Extended periods of time.
Because, I
Yeah.
mean, there's 0G, right? And I guess there's humans, but I think we sent like a chimp up there, and but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the shrimp
Like,
lives.
multiple generations of fruit
Yeah.
flies or something like that.
I mean, I bet it'll probably die fairly fast. But
Yeah, you got to worry about the heat, radiation, all that good stuff. So what do you think about space? Colossal waste of time, money, resources, or the worthy endeavor?
I think the world is too complex for me to make any strong claim about whether it's a colossal waste of time or not. I think that it's probably good to spend some amount of time and resources on it, because I think that there's a lot of, generally there's a lot of low-hanging fruit before you get to like the marginal utility of adding more time and resources, and I think that a lot of people are doing a good job at probably capturing a good amount of the low-hanging fruit, and it tends to have like other implications elsewhere. Like we were talking about the aging research, and maybe it also even, it's not particularly a good use, but and definitely in terms of weapons, rockets have been useful. I think space is a good endeavor. It just, the only thing to consider is like, are resources better spent elsewhere? So I feel like one thing I'm interested in is like medicine and improving human health, and that actually is one of the limiting factors for a lot of space-related missions and tasks. So I'm particularly interested in probably the space medicine aspect.
Oh, really?
Just because I think that we probably can learn a lot about human physiology from that, and it will have applications on home and in the future. Like putting an inert object on the moon for millions of dollars just like doesn't strike me as particularly useful.
Well, not millions. It cost the person, I think 420 is like the
Thousands.
smallest dollars.
Okay, but like if you combine all of that, right?
Yeah. But what about sending an inert object to the moon does seem like kind of a waste of time, and money and resources compared to what you could do. Still though, I mean, there's like this group in California that's like created these little discs with all these books and arts and everything, and they're kind of sending it as an arc, as a way to preserve human knowledge outside of Earth. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos is building a
I
10,000.
mean, if all of humans, if the human civilization becomes like extinct, I am like not particularly like concerned about the preservation of human knowledge, like floating in the universe.
Yeah, but I mean, it could kind of fall, and we could go back to more primitive times, and then eventually rebuild and rediscover,
Recapture that. I just have the sense that by the time we gain enough capabilities to recapture, we would have already like reacquired most of the same knowledge.
Well, okay, so Jeff Bezos has Blue Origin. You talked about that. He's also building a 10,000-year clock.
For
I just it counts down to 10,000 years. Is completely mechanical. It's being built in a huge shaft in West Texas in a geological a quiet place.
I guess we all have our hobbies.
We all have our hobbies. Okay, what do you think about disposable spaceships versus reusable?
Reusable is much better. Cheaper.
Uh,
That's how we get to the moon.
It's how we get to the moon. It's how we should get to the moon. It's not how NASA's
have
planning.
got-
It's not how NASA's currently planning to get to the moon.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's how Elon's planning to get to the moon. Oh, what do you think about organizational flexibility? Like, NASA has this plan, create 3 SLS rockets. First one, uncrewed launch. Second one, a crewed launch but just goes around the moon. And the third one, a crew launch that goes around the moon, docks with the gateway, gets in a lander, and goes down to the surface. All 3 of those rockets are completely non-reusable. There's been estimates that each one cost as much as like $2 billion to launch, which seems like a lot. During the same time,
So much.
I know,
So
so much. $6 billion just on rocket launches.
If we could just put that all towards aging research, that'd be so great.
I know. Okay, but then meanwhile, you have Elon Musk building a completely reusable rocket, planning to launch a group of artists around the moon in 2023. He might have like 7 artists plus a Japanese billionaire plus like 4 or 5 crew, so it might be 12 people.
Oh wait, the Japanese billionaire is already like confirmed?
He's the one that's paying for it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he's confirmed. He's invited Elon along, and Elon was like, there's a lot of, you're a brave guy.
Elon said that?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what you want to hear from her.
The guy building your spaceship?
Yeah. You want them to say, it's for anybody, but no. Anyway, hopefully they'll test that out. I mean, it'd be really interesting to see if Starship launches into orbit before SLS, which it's very...
Starship is a really big...
Starship is
SpaceX.
Elon's thing, SpaceX. And the SLS, which stands for Space Launch System. Some people say it's Senate Launch System, since it was kind of designed in the Senate.
But when is the scheduled date for the Starship?
He's saying that they should be able to get up to 1,000 kilometers or so with like their first test in like February. Orbital, I don't know, probably be later in the year.
How big is it? Like how many people should it be able to hold?
It's supposed to be able to hold 100 people.
That's like order of magnitude bigger than previous rockets, right?
Yeah,
Or spacecraft.
indeed. Indeed, it's going to be the Boeing 747 spacecraft.
Are they planning to put 100 people on it for the moon trip? Or
No,
Yeah.
I think it'd be very few, actually.
at least we can spread out.
They need it. Extra life support, extra safety things, more spreading out. Plus, they'll be living there for a week, so be good.
They need this space.
They definitely need their space. Yeah. Well, any closing comments?
Nope.
No? Well, okay. Bye.
Bye.